Sam Gagner puts the biscuit in the basket, and they go on to win the game. And we have Sam right now on the Sports Bash 97.3 ESPN. Sam, welcome aboard. How are you?
I'm doing great. How about you?
We're doing great. I'm sure you are doing great. And you put that puck past Holtby last night, and I gotta wonder what the feeling was when that thing got past him and the electricity in that building. I'm sitting on my couch watching the game and jumped up in the air. For you to put that puck past him had to be unbelievable.
Yeah, no, it was a really good feeling. Obviously we've been playing for our playoff lives here for a little while, and every game's been pretty meaningful. So that's the hockey you want to play. It gets fun this time of year. And, you see the electricity in the building last night, just kind of the way the fans kind of were rallying behind us. And obviously to score that goal is a good feeling, and hopefully we can keep it going here.
Give us, the shootout's been tough for this organization since they instituted it a couple of years ago. When you are all by yourself at center ice there, one-on-one with the goalie, what is your mindset as you approach him?
Yeah, just trying to make a move. That's kind of always been my mindset. I try and get the goalie moving as much as I can, and then look for holes. When you're, a guy like Holtby, he's one of the top guys in the league for a reason. He takes up a lot of net. And, Nick Cousins did a really good job in this shot before me of getting him moving, and I was just trying to do the same thing. So it's a nice feeling to contribute in a win like that, and hopefully there's a lot more wins to come.
Sam Gagner with us here. Victorious last night, the Flyers were 2-1 in a shootout against the Washington Capitals. And obviously, Sam, we don't have to rehash how shootouts have been. I know the other night that G won a game with about 14 seconds left, and the whole building was like, "Oh, thank God it didn't go to a shootout." Yeah. But you know what? I don't want to jinx anything, but shootout win in Detroit, shootout win last night. Maybe you guys are figuring this out.
Yeah, I mean, you look at our overall record on the year; it's not where we'd like it to be. But at the same time, it has gotten us a few extra points going down to the playoff push, and every point matters. So, we might have another one coming down the stretch here, and you got to be ready for it, and just know that they're really important for us. I think the biggest thing for us is we're playing a lot of tight games right now, and we seem comfortable in those games, and that's what playoff hockey is all about. So we're rising to the challenge, and it's something we want to continue to do.
Sam, how much are you comfortable now with the Philadelphia Flyers? Because the Flyers fans didn't know a lot about you coming over, and I almost felt like Phoenix or Arizona disrespected you a little bit the way they treated you. Did you feel that way? And how much happier and comfortable do you feel in the Flyers system than you were at the end of the Coyotes?
Yeah, I mean, didn't end well in Arizona. I think, you look at the way last season ended, and, us being as far out of it as we were, it was a tough year for everybody. And, I think coming here, I just, I knew kind of what kind of history the Flyers had, and kind of a perennial playoff team. And, that was an exciting challenge for me, and I think there's been a lot of ups and downs this year, but, right now we're playing really good hockey, and it's been a lot of fun to be a part of, and I just want to keep contributing here and hopefully get into the playoffs and then go on a run here.
Sam Gagner is with us. His goal last night sealed the deal for the Flyers, 2-1 win over the Washington Capitals. Now, you mentioned, Pete mentioned the fact that you got one last week, you got one last night. It's great when you guys score goals, but how much does the way Mason's been playing, not only in the shootouts recently, but the streak that he's on, how much does that help energize what you guys are doing right now? Because I'll be honest with you, he's playing out of his mind, and I wasn't sure that he had that kind of level in him.
Well, yeah, I mean, I think energize is a good word. We have a lot of confidence in Mason. You see the way we play in front of him. He makes some really big saves for us and allows us to play with confidence. And you need really good goaltending at this time of year. And, Mason's been huge for us. I think he's made some really timely saves for us, and it allows you to kind of settle in and focus on the game. And, he's been great. And, we really trust him going forward here.
Sam Gagner with us. Sam, talk a little bit about your line mates, Michael Raffel and Cootsie, and what they bring to the table and why you think you guys have such success together.
Yeah, I thought, when we were together, we had a good few weeks there where we were playing really well. I think when you play with Coots, you're always up against the top lines, and you got to be at your best. And I think that's always brought out the best in me, that extra responsibility. And I thought we played some good hockey. And I think wherever you play, this time of year, you got to find a way to put your game on the ice. And I think that's the best thing about our team right now is everyone's pulling the rope and doing their job. And we got to continue to do that going forward here.
Hey, Sam, a lot of times teams go as their captains go, and Claude Giroux has had an interesting run as captain here. They didn't make the playoffs last year. You guys this year, struggled for a bit, but this streak has gone, and it seems like you guys go as the captain brings you, and his game seems like it is elevated to another level too. Coming from another organization, what did you see from Giroux from outside and now playing with him?
Yeah, I don't think you really appreciate G's game as much as you should until you play with him. Being a teammate of his now, he touches every area of the game. He's a huge part of our penalty kill, our power play, wins big faceoffs for us. He, leads by example with his work ethic and his passion. And I don't really think he gets enough credit around the league. He's been an all-star, and he's won certain awards, but until you play with him, I don't think you really understand what he brings. He's a guy that does all the little things well. He plays in all situations. He scores big goals, and can't really say enough about him.
Hey, Sam, let's talk about Hack a little bit. There was a lot of question marks surrounding him when he got hired by the Philadelphia Flyers, and what's he been like to play for, and why do you think the team has success under him?
Yeah, I think, he's been pretty stabilizing. I think there's been a lot of talk in our room about, we're a pretty passionate group of guys, and I think sometimes in the past, guys get a little hot-headed or, lose focus on the task at hand, and I think he does a pretty good job of keeping us focused on what we can control, and, that's been huge for our team. And then, I think his systems, they've been the same all year, and from my perspective, I've played for a lot of different coaches, and it's tough when things are changing all the time, and he hasn't panicked, and he's kept with the same system and allowed us to focus on just improving on our game, and I think we've done a good job of that, and just got to keep going.
You talked about the room, so tell me a little bit about that dressing room, and who's the class clown, who runs the music, who lightens the mood, who makes it enjoyable to come to work every day? Yeah,
well, I think that's another aspect of why we've been able to accomplish what we have so far. Obviously, there's a lot of work left to do, but we got a really tight group, and the guys really have each other's back, and I think that, that's huge for us going forward. You got to know that, going into a playoff series or going into important games, that the guy beside you has your back, and I think everyone in that room feels that way. We've got a really good group, and, it's been a lot of fun to be a part of.
Sam Gagner is with us. His goal sealed the win for the Flyers last night. What an amazing atmosphere in there. I got to ask you, you mentioned you came from the Coyotes over here. I got to think that the coverage that the Flyers get is a little different. Arizona have like one beat guy following you guys around. Yeah. You must feel like you have 40 guys asking you guys questions every night.
Yeah, it's a little different. I think I came from Edmonton before that too, though, so there's a lot of media coverage there as well. I think the cool part about it now is that we're in a playoff hunt, and I haven't had that in a while, and when that happens, there tends to be more media around covering the team, and it's exciting. It's positive around the team right now. The team's playing well, and it's a fun thing to be a part of. So hopefully we can continue it here.
Well, your goal is a big reason why they're in the playoff hunt and have a 2-point lead over Detroit. They'll play the Red Wings next week, Ottawa on Saturday, a couple games with the Penguins coming up, and then Toronto. And by the way, we'll have tickets for that game coming up later on. One thing, too, is how unexpected some of the things are on this team. Sam, you know, your goal last night, a win in a shootout, but a guy like Sam Gagner coming up here, been unbelievable. What kind of lift has he given this team during this run? Add a guy that maybe you didn't even think was going to be on the roster at this stage of the season early on in the year.
Yeah, I mean, well, when you have a defenseman like him that can kind of control all areas of the game with just his skating ability and his hockey sense, it's been huge for us. I mean, you see what he's done for our power play, but not only that, our 5-on-5 game. You know, he makes so many good reads in the neutral zone and moving pucks up to the forwards and jumping up in the play to create odd man situations. He really does it all, and you know, you can't really equate what a guy like that means to your roster. It's just it's huge for us, and you see how we've played since he's been in the lineup, and you know, hopefully he continues to grow here, and we continue to win.
We'll loop back to last night, Sam Gagner, and just wrap up by asking you about the Washington Capitals again, because many people think that could be the team that you do face. What messages were sent last night, in your opinion, or what kind of things were learned by you guys last night maybe that make you feel comfortable with it? Hey, we can hang with these guys.
Yeah, I mean, I felt like there was a lot of physicality in that game, and it was a playoff atmosphere. It was really exciting. You see our fan support there. You know, the way they rallied behind us, it was a lot of fun to be a part of. You know, I think last night was, you know, it shows that we can play with them. I think, obviously, we're in, you know, a couple different situations, us fighting for our playoff lives here and playing desperate hockey, and, you know, they've wrapped up the President's Trophy, so I think there's a different level there. But at the same time, you know, we feel like we can match up with anybody with the way we've been playing, and you know, our first step is just to try and get into the playoffs, and we still have a lot of work left to do here in the next couple of weeks, and you know, whoever we end up against, we'll prepare for them when that comes.
It was Shen in regulation, Nick Cousins to start it, Sam Gagner closed it out with a goal in the shootout, and it was an exciting moment last night. And I know the Flyers fans are very passionate, but last night there was a different giddy-up in that building, and if they can get there, get that those final points and get themselves in the playoffs, I'm sure, Sam, you will see something a little different next week when those playoffs start. But we do appreciate you taking some time out. Congratulations on the win, and, of course, your part in it last night. We appreciate it.
All right. Thanks very much for having me, guys.